Next up on copycat.com, Stouffers Macaroni and Cheese. Hi everyone, this is Stephanie Manley with copycat.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make Stouffers Macaroni and Cheese. Maybe just like you, I grew up enjoying this stuff. It was always a treat when my mom would pick up a frozen block of that mac and cheese. But you know what? I can show you how to make it just a little bit better from scratch with less ingredients, and it's going to taste fantastic. So what do we have in it? We have two types of cheese. We have a mild cheddar and a Colby cheese. This is what gives us the good cheesy flavor. We are gonna start out with a basic white sauce, and that is butter, flour, and milk. We're also gonna cook up some macaroni in some salted water. Just follow the directions on the back of this box here. You're gonna have to cook up about half of a box of macaroni and cheese. So you wanna cook up 8 ounces of dry mac and cheese. For a little extra zing in our mac and cheese, we're gonna add some dry mustard powder and just a little bit of paprika. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start out with a couple tablespoons of flour in our pot here. You just wanna stir it around a little bit. It's on medium heat. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of flour to this. We're gonna let this cook until it begins to smell like a pie crust. This way we'll know that the flour is cooked fully and it won't taste pasty, because this doesn't taste so good when it's pasty. All right. So we're just gonna let this cook. And while this is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and grate some of that cheese. Now I always like to use cheese that is not packaged, because if you buy the packaged cheese, it has an anti-caking agent in it. And what's gonna happen is it may not melt as well. All right. All right, this smells nice and like pie crust, a little nutty. So we're gonna add in a little bit of our milk. We're gonna add about 1/4 amount of our milk in. We're gonna stir that up, and you're gonna see that it gets really thick, really quick. We're gonna add about half of our milk in now. And we're just gonna stir this again till it gets nice and smooth. You don't want any lumps in there. All right. We're just gonna go ahead and pour in the rest of the milk now, and we're gonna let this continue to thicken up as we grate our cheese. All right, so our sauce has gotten nice and thick, and we're just gonna start adding handfuls of the cheese and let it get all in there and let it melt. See, it melts rather rapidly. All right, so we're gonna add just about 1/4 teaspoon of paprika in here and about 1/2 teaspoon of the dry mustard powder. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and combine our cooked macaroni and our macaroni cheese sauce. Okay, so we've cooked our pasta right here, and we're just gonna pour this right in. Okay, we poured our pasta into the bowl. We're just gonna give it a nice stir right here. Then we're gonna pour it into a casserole dish. This is a 13 by 9 inch casserole dish. All right, I'm gonna pour that in. I'm gonna top it with a little bit of extra cheese right now, and we are gonna cook this until it gets nice and a little bubbly, and this cheese just begins to brown on top. So we'll come back when this macaroni and cheese is lightly browned. All right, so we've just taken our Stouffers mac and cheese copycat style out of the oven. You see it's nice and brown on top. I lift it up, but you know what? It burned my fingers, so I'm gonna hold on that, and I'm just gonna scoop some out right here and try some. Very excited about this. I love this stuff as a kid. It's wonderful, creamy, and oh so cheesy. So if you enjoy these copycat videos here on YouTube, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. I appreciate it. It really helps me out. Subscribe so you don't miss our next videos. And also drop me a comment down below of what recipe you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.